Well, friends, I didn't think I was going to get to go see it this weekend, but I actually got to see it. As I just got to see The Suicide Squad, now playing in theaters and streaming on HBO Max. But is this sequel, or should I say reboot, to the 2016 movie as good as the critics say it is? Because I've heard it's gotten lots of good reviews already. Or is this just another suicidal failure? Find out right now in this spoiler-free review. Bad days, entertainment rankings and reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I'm Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and yet again, back in this room. Don't worry, my situation in my bedroom should finally be cleared up real soon. I hope. 110%. But anyway, this time around, I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the just now released new superhero flick from DC Comics, The Suicide Squad, released by Warner Brothers. It's a standalone sequel to Suicide Squad, which came out 5 years ago, and this is the 10th film in the DCEU. The film was written and directed by James Gunn, who of course directed Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and its sequel. It features an ensemble cast including, some of the returning stars from the previous movie, including Margot Robbie, Joe Kinnaman, Viola Davis, and Jai Courtney, along with Idris Elba, John Cena, Pierre Capaldi, and Sylvester Stallone, old Sly himself, providing the voice for the character known as King Shark. Now, in the film, this here new task force of convicts are sent to destroy a Nazi-era laboratory and encounter the giant alien Starro. Anyway, now David Ayer, who directed the first movie, was set to return, but he decided to develop another film for the DCEU. So anyway, they tried several, and soon they settled on James Gunn after he was temporarily fired by Disney and Marvel. But of course, he's now back on board. But he managed to give us this. And he drew inspiration from war films and John Ostrander's 1980 Suicide Squad comics, and decided to explore new characters in a story separate from the first film's narrative. Though some cast members do return from the first movie, as I've already mentioned. Now, of course, we have Viola Davis back as Intelligence Officer Amanda Waller, as she sends two Task Force X, aka Suicide Squad teams consisting of Belle Reeve, that's how you pronounce it, I apologize for mispronouncing the first review, penitentiary inmates to the South American island nation of Corto Maltese, after the government is overthrown by an anti-American regime. So in exchange for a liar's sentence, the squads are tasked with destroying Jotunheim, a Nazi-era laboratory that holds a secretive experiment known as Project Starfish. But anyway, first team consisted of Colonel Rick Flag, plus Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Savant, Mongol, Weasel, Blackguard, TDK, and Javelin. And a second team that includes Bloodsport, Peacemaker, King Shark, Polka-Dot Man, and Ratcatcher 2. And soon thereafter, a character called the Thinker, who is in charge of Project Starfish. But anyway, and soon this goes from, a few minutes before the events or whatever. This was just kind of, I don't know, but I still had a lot of fun with this. Now, I absolutely agree on what critics are saying about this. This film's already been certified fresh, although it's only gone down just a little bit on the tomato meter. It's now at 92%, but hey, I'm cool with that. Anyway, this was just so much fun. I mean, it makes Deadpool look a little sweet in ways, or so I read in one review. But even so, The Suicide Squad was just a blast from start to finish. So anyway, I'm just glad we get a really good film. At least this has gotten much better response than DC's last two films, which were Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman 1984. But even so, I still think this is awesome, and it's got a pretty good story to this. So, apparently, I'd say this was just a hysterical and gory, extremely bonkers flick. It was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the story. The direction by James Gunn was good. I mean, this was just as good as the two Guardians of the Galaxy flicks he did. So, anyway. Now, for the cast, we once again have Margot Robbie back as Harleen Quinzel, alias Harley Quinn. She was absolutely really good. And she wears a new costume that features her traditional red and black color palette, with Mr. Gunn taking inspiration from the character's costume in the ever-popular game of Batman Arkham City. Yes, that was really cool. Let's see, we have now we have Idris Elba, who of course this isn't the first time he's been in a superhero flick. You may know he played Heimdall in the Thor movies. He played Robert Dubois, alias Bloodsport. Yes, so, but I gotta say, this was pretty good. I mean, even though I liked Will Smith as Deadshot in the first movie, this one just really took the cake. John Cena, who recently appeared in F9, is Christopher Smith, alias Peacemaker. I gotta say, he's pretty cool and what have you. I mean, according to this, Gunn told Cena not to read any Peacemaker comics before the filming, and Cena originally approached the role with an angular drill sergeant Full Metal Jacket-esque personality, before Gunn told him to act like a douchey broy Captain America. And Gunn added that the character was straight out of a 1970s television series like the original Wonder Woman. Joel Kinnaman returns as Colonel Rick Flag, the field leader of the Suicide Squad. Old Sly himself voices King Shark. I gotta say, this character is bloomin' awesome. Yeah, you gotta give credit for that. I recently was introduced to this character when I saw most of the first season of the Harley Quinn animated series. And I mentioned Viola Davis once again returns as Amanda Waller. Next up, we have David Dashmalchian as Edna Krill, aka Polka-Dot Man, who is really something. Gunn described him as the dumbest DC character of all time, whom he hoped to turn into a tragic character for the film. Anyway, yeah, that's really something. It's a guy with an experiment gone wrong turned criminal with powers that manifest as polka dots. And let me tell you, that's really something. Daniela Melchior, if I mispronounce it, I apologize, plays Cleo Queso, alias Ratcatcher 2. Yes, she's pretty something. A pay thief who inherited the mantle of this title from her father, along with equipment that allows her to control rats and communicate with them, including her pet Sebastian. That's really something. Jai Courtney returns as George Digger Harkness, alias Captain Boomerang. Pierre Capaldi, who you may remember, former Doctor Who, and also he played Mr. Curry in the Paddington movies, plays the Thinker. Let's see. And Michael Rooker plays Savant. Anyway, they had a lot of others. And let's see, there's Nathan Fillion as TDK, formerly known as the Detachable Kid, really something. Sean Gunn plays Weasel, who is actually an actual anthropomorphic weasel whose portrayal is based on Bill the Cat from the comic strip Bloom County. Yeah. Flua Borg as Javelin, really cool, and Mei Ling Ying as Mongol. Now, also we have as an appearance of playing the original Ratcatcher is Taika Waititi, who recently directed Thor Ragnarok, as well as the Academy Award nominated Jojo Rabbit. Now, next weekend we will see him in the movie Free Guy, and he will also be directing the new Thor Love and Thunder movie, which will be coming soon. So anyway, I thought the cast was really good. I mean, it had lots of fun tunes in this as well, just like Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. But anyway, it did have a good score from John Murphy, so I gotta say this was better than the original. I had some great cast, great music, great score, great direction from James Gunn, etc., 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 etc. And I love the bloody goriness as well, since it got an R rating and not a PG-13 rating like its predecessor. So anyway, The Suicide Squad. This is a film I would recommend you go see while your theater's up and going. And if you can't make it, just get it on HBO Max if you have it for free while it's there in one piece. So definitely look into the Suicide Squad. So what are your thoughts on this? You can tell me in the comment section below and all that jazz. But anyway, for my score for the Suicide Squad, I'm going to be giving it 5 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to easily give it a 10. This is definitely a good movie. So again, tell me what you thought about in the comment section below again. And click the like button if you like the video, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me next time when I was going to review this, but since I finally saw this movie today, you will get my Hot Shots review tomorrow. And you will still get my other video for tomorrow, and that'll be the Pierce Brosnan James Bond flicks ranking, alright? Promise. So anyway, thank you for watching this, and if you like this, you may want to check out my reviews for these other movies. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, and the upper right-hand corner is the spoiler-free review I did for Wonder Woman 1984, or you can go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of Suicide Squad. Well, re-review that is, which has already done better than the original, which had only gotten a mere 3 views since the day I did 2 years ago. Very impressive for you nice people out there. I'm really impressed. Let's hope for the best that this will do even better. Well, but you be the judge. I'm sure this will do well. So, in the bottom right hand corner of the button, you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.